Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome back.
people of YouTube that watch this after the stream, because nobody's around right now, I think. But if you are, we were not talking shit about you a second ago there.
Definitely not. In the
There we go.
meantime, welcome back to Metallurgy development.
Yep, welcome back to Metallurgy.
Where?
It's another day, and today we'll be working on casting. That's the process of putting down your metal and putting it into a mold to turn it into a metal ring, which will be useful then to strap it into a tool or onto your favorite pet. I don't know.
Yes. We were actually talking about the other day about putting like the ability to smoosh a Shamir band onto something other than an item. Like you could totally put it on a minecart. Like smoosh it onto a minecart to make it invulnerable or something. I don't know if that's a good idea, but yeah. Wow, it's quiet on today. I guess it's Thanksgiving, isn't it? Nobody's here.
It's Thanksgiving, yeah, but
We shouldn't have
we'll
streamed
do this
today.
anyways.
We're just
We'll do
anxious.
this anyways, Sparks.
Yeah,
Sparks.
it's okay.
Just we are trying to be the good persons here. Like we try to get people away from their Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
Just to make them value their things more.
And isn't that
we don't want them to get fat?
Isn't that what Christmas is all about? Hi, Dennis.
I guess.
This looks like the auditorium just before the start of the Gamemode 4 enhancing vanilla with command blocks panel at Minecon, when before everyone was let in and it was just two people sat in the front row. And I remember making a video saying, sort of pointing at my face and saying, and the crowd should now do a Mexican wave, and then pointing the camera at the empty seats, the two people in the front.
Video. That was fun.
And then going, yay! There were more people at the actual convention, but I didn't film it, so I guess you're just going to have to take my word for it.
Wasn't it also like bad timing? Wasn't there like...
There was a 1.13, 1.9, 1.10 announcement video, like panel at the same time, which is really unfortunate. But oh well. Data Crusader does indeed win, as long as he Mexican waves from the front of the audience. Are we in the right channel, by the way, the Discord channel?
I will drag us over, but somebody has been watching too much Star Trek here.
Maybe just a little bit. Too much Star Trek? I don't know. I've actually never watched Star Trek. It's not something I ever got into. Gasp.
I saw a bunch of it. But
call myself a nerd.
I just watch a bunch of episodes randomly, so I'm not really into it either.
Let's are you in my you didn't join my Atom thing?
I did. I'm in your Atom thing.
Is it just because I don't have any files open? Maybe.
Yep, you don't have any files open, so you can't see my name.
Let's fix that.
Kind of rude.
Let's get main up because I probably need that, and we have an empty folder called casting. So, okay. So did we finish last episode, by the way, doing the fixing of drops, or did we just do the one head and forget about the others?
I think I'm. Oh, we just did a one head and forgot about the others.
Okay, we should make a note of that.
How about this, Blind Sparks? I will do that right now, and you can start on the casting thing a bit, because it won't be interesting for viewers watching me copy this stuff real quick.
Sure, put all the effort, put all of the work on me. Well, we're gonna have to deface this floor. I'm gonna put some sand on top of the floor because I'm a nice person.
This floor on the stage, it kind of encourages you to put things on top of it because it's really it's a horrible floor, and never make your floor out of concrete powder. It's just a bad idea.
So, for a recap, Metallurgy is a system where you can blow up stone with TNT, and it drops delicious custom ores that can't be seen here.
Spark, could you open the drop_ores and TNT functions for me?
Yes. Under blasting, drop ores and TNT. There you go.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, you can create these special types of stone, like this malachite lump I have here in my inventory, and these are dropped by blowing up different types of stone with TNT. I think I've got all of them in my inventory, actually. I've got bauxite, malachite, and I seem to be missing the rest. Are they in a chest over here? I think they are.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, barite, And thorianite, which is fun because it gives
I
you...
like the new fancy.
Thorianite gives you... It's supposed to give me mining fatigue. It isn't. Is the data pack disabled?
You're not holding thorianite.
But it's just in your inventory that it does it.
That's right. This data pack is disabled. Data pack enable. Data pack list enabled. No, metallurgy is enabled.
Is there an error?
Let me look it up for you. This.
This was working. All I'm saying is that this was working when I left it last week.
Huh.
Nobody saw that.
Is it just the thorium you pick up from explosions? Maybe it'll get like our MBT wrong.
Oh, that could be it. But I'm not getting any from the explosion either. So the last stream was amazing because nothing went wrong and we didn't really get stuck on anything. And then we come back a week later having made no changes whatsoever, and suddenly it's broken.
Our data pack doesn't run at all.
Oh.
And I've got a bad feeling that this is due to special updating all our things to the new clock. Yes, he did. So this is an issue.
Wait, Metallurgy is now running on the new clock.
Well, it's supposed to, but it's not.
Have we disabled all the data packs without...
We should have checked this before we started this stream.
I just assumed it would still work, to be honest.
Yeah, so did I. How do we...
Well, clock tick is not running. That's... So something is not good.
Alright, so let's start the stream with debugging our base data.
Do you want to maybe look into that and I'll try and work without seeing the results of my work for a bit?
Yep, just go for it.
Okay.
Go in blind.
Let's go have a look at good old 1.12 single player and have a look at this. So it's going to be on our main clock here. Let's see. Inert. Obsidian. This looks about right. So we're tagging items that are obsidian, okay, and we are then tagging items that are obsidian that detect sand below them to tag any clay with a clay tag. And then we run that, which is -8, 2. So this line. Okay, so I feel like that could be done differently now.
Yeah, it can.
So,
so here's an update.
Yeah.
I don't think the base data pack is running.
Is the base data pack does it have
The
priority over all the other data packs? Because otherwise some other module's Gamemode 4 namespace is going to be trying to be in control.
That could be the case.
Have you tried disabling and re-enabling the base? I think that might set its priority to first.
Pack disable base. There we go.
Yep. Okay. Were you doing a lot of desperate testing there? Because I see particles and tell roars and all sorts. Okay. Well, I Still don't have mining fatigue, but we're getting there.
I do have mining fatigue.
Oh, I think I dropped my
There we go.
thorium.
That was a quick fix.
That's why. Now I have mining fatigue. I'm also making it a mess. Okay, cool. In which case we can get continuing. I was gonna say that's English. Where I'm going, I don't need English. Okay.
That is not true, Sparks, but I can't talk about this here.
Let's see. This is main, so this runs every cycle. So we want to look for execute at E type equals item NBT equals is the item tag is it inside an item tag?
What are you looking for?
The NBT for an item on the floor.
It's inside the item tag.
Yeah, and the item tag is a compound
then
or a list? It's a compound.
Item,
right?
compound, then tag, compound, and then there's all your stuff.
So ID. No, the ID is outside the tag, isn't it?
The ID is outside the tag.
Yeah. Okay. ID Minecraft : because I'm not making that mistake again yet. Obsidian. And I have done this as a. Let's see. Oh, there's people here, by the way. Crop Herb is here. Hi, Tiny Atoms, welcome.
Hello, people.
Magnus,
welcome.
Hi, and Misod and Crothers. Sorry, I missed you guys there. I was focusing on the confusion. So we're going to execute as the Obsidian at. I feel like I'm missing a bracket. There we go. Thank you, color coding. At E type equals item NBT equals item ID Minecraft : and I was gonna write I nearly wrote Minecraft : and then the word colon. Clay _ ball.
Bauxite is aluminium. I've got an idea, by the way, for those. Why are we still bubbling? I've got an idea for this cast texture we need to use, right? So this is something we don't need to worry about now, but we should change it once we texture the thing. So basically, for your stream viewers, Metallurgy uses an invisible wax to render its little mold in the sand. The reason for that is that A, we don't have to update the wax, we don't have to keep it on fire to make it appear properly, because waxes always render not black, even when they are in a block.
You can see the problem right here with these custom crafters. Now that the module is disabled, we usually set them on fire to keep them lit, but because it's an armor stand, it just goes dark because it's inside a block.
Yes. So keep it lit. Sparks, you shouldn't have said that. Okay, so that's the reason we're using a wax. The wax, we don't have to maintain it, we don't have to set it on fire again. And the wax is smaller, which makes it a bit neater. We felt like the armor stand is a bit too large for a cast, so we went for that wax, which is a bit smaller. But here's the idea we need to utilize now, Sparks. Previously, we basically had on that wax, we had a custom player skull that had a mold and around it like a sand texture.
Yeah.
But the issue with that was that the pixel size of the sand didn't match the pixel size of the sand on the skull. The way we can fix that is we just use the outer layer of the skin on the wax, on the head skin, because that layer supports transparency. So we just texture the hole, and we just lower the skull, the wax to a specific Y height, so that you can just see the upper layer of the skin.
Yep.
And then the sand shines through, and we can have a free form, basically.
We haven't done that texture yet, have we?
Nope, we haven't, but it's fine for now.
Damn.
We can use the old one for now.
Okay. Yes. Redstone Theolith asks whether Metallurgy detects using lore. It did, but now we're using tags. You can see it here. So right here.
Oh, it
Player
actually
head.
Sparks it never did.
Sorry?
It never did.
Oh, that's right. Metallurgy was the first one that we used tags for.
Yep.
So yeah, in case lore gets overwritten by other things, we basically put a custom tag on our items. We have the GM4 Metallurgy compound, and then we can put extra information inside that, which is going to be helpful because that stuff doesn't get destroyed when the item is moved around, unless you place it as a skull.
Another module by us called Zauber Cauldrons used lore to identify its things, but that's gone
Boots
now.
of a Star
So
did that too.
Yeah, it was all fixed in the latest 1.13 updates. We moved to item tags. And we're hoping that Motring never randomly decides to remove that functionality. But as I'm saying this, it sounds like a thing that they would do.
I need to execute. I need to execute at the obsidian so that I can do it as the sand with a radius. Distance equals. I feel like there was a lot of extra code in the original to make sure you couldn't have too many obsidian. Like, I think we have to set the count and stuff.
Yeah, there was a bunch of extra code, but I think that will be easier to do now. There are too many levers in the backstage area.
It looks like all we're checking for is... Oh no, there's the count one.
There we go. Spectators are now enabled to server.
We also checked that the motion is 0 on this. I'm not sure why we did that. So that they couldn't be falling or moving while it happened, I guess?
Yes.
Do we want to keep that?
I would do that check again. Okay. Yeah, I like that check because it makes the animation easier.
Okay, so we execute at any obsidian with a count of 1 as... Or do we want to do the if sand before the as? Or after the clay ball within a distance of 1 block?
I think you need to do the sand later, because if you do it before, then you don't know where to go off. Oh, you mean like here? Yeah, I think it would be cheaper performance-wise to do the if sand in between those two asks.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're using dx equals 0 in the previous version. Do we still have dx?
We shouldn't use as here anymore, because I don't think we need to switch executor.
Can we just do at again?
If entity would suffice.
Oh, okay, right. And also before that, if block.
Yep. There you go, I fixed your MBT.
We don't want it to work on red sand. It could work on red sand. Now that we're only showing the top layer.
It should work on red sand now, but if we make it work on red sand, then we have to do... Oh, but...
Is there a...
No, it's fine.
No, because we could do tags, right?
I was thinking a texture, then we'd have to use 2 textures, but we don't.
No, we don't.
We can just use the upper layer.
Do we want to use both sands?
Yep.
Is there already a vanilla
sands.
tag for sand?
There is. It's called Minecraft : sand. In this rare case, there's actually a vanilla block tag for a reasonable thing.
Minecraft sand if entity at e tab equals item MBT is clay ball with a count of 1 distance. What's dx? Is that still
dx is still dx.
That scares me because I feel like they're going to change it
to the block grid. And how did you make it up? Who gave a letter to you? Why are you in adventure mode? We have a visitor. But I'm fine with that. Welcome.
Interesting.
You can stay here for now.
dx equals 0 means in the same block grid aligned. Does that mean we don't need to use a line?
You do need to use a line. In the new version, they unlinked dx, dy, dz from the block grid, so now it can be everywhere. But it kind of... So if you use dx, it basically creates a new coordinate system. So if you want to check in a block space, you got to do a line x, y, z first, and then do dx, dy, dz equals 0. Another confusing thing about dx, dy, dz is if you set dx, dy, dz 0, then it checks for the same block space.
It's called a swizzle!
Yeah, it is.
Is that a thing outside of Minecraft?
I'm not sure, but Special
I
likes
like
calling
it.
it swizzle.
Swizzle. Combination of x, y, z. Okay, so it would be a line x, y, z? Or just x and z?
Nope. A line x, y, z is best. We should... Yeah. Where are you typing right now? Okay.
In main. This is quite a long thing to have in main. Does it look alright?
But you want to check for... You got to do this a line first, because otherwise you won't be able to check for this item.
Right.
So you got to do a line x, y, z here, and then you want to do dx equals 0, dy equals 0, dz equals 0.
Okay, so obsidian items with the count of 1 on sand of any type with a clay ball in that same block space. Oh, we don't have to... Oh, this is going to be so nice. Shall we call the function is going to be...
What did you do to your MBT, Sparks?
What?
Your MBT is horrible.
Oh yeah, I put that inside the MBT instead of in the entity selector.
There you go.
But now something seems wrong because the coloring is wrong, unless it's...
Oh, that's just the line is too long.
Okay, run function, and then it's going to be Metallurgy colon casting / create mold.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Mold is spelt with a U, right?
I think so. I'm fairly sure, but it could be a British American thing.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go with a U. Okay, so I guess that's quite a long check. So I'm gonna create the function, and we'll just put a test command in it.
Yep.
Create
I will put the test command in.
mold dot MC function.
Can you guys quickly check whether breaking bauxite returns you the thing?
Here you go. Oh. You go down there. And I'll do this. What is it? We're executing as the obsidian block, right?
Yep.
Nice and simple.
There we go.
You had a hash inside the save, but I've now saved, so... yeah, okay, let's try that. So in theory, we should get say commands, say a message now. So I need obsidian, and I need clay.
Where did our lab rat go? My thing didn't work.
So obsidian over here with a clay
Why
ball.
did it say snowball?
Snowball? Oh, yeah.
In chat, came before a radius. Snowball, snowball, snowball.
I don't know. Anyway, so if I throw this down here, we should... Oh, look, it just works. Isn't it nice when it just works? But if I give the obsidian a count of 2 and the clay of 1, nothing happens. And if it's 1 obsidian and 1 clay, it runs until I give it another clay and then it stops. Okay, that seems okay to me, right? What if the obsidian is here and the clay is here? Does this seem alright to you? They're in different blocks, so it doesn't work.
Once X works, C. Alright. Why are you?
This should not work.
This should not work. They need to be in the same block space.
Okay. That looks alright to me then. We no longer need to summon an item frame to center this, which is going to be nice. And we're going to go around here. Summon custom.
Why are these different now? Oh. Doing these skulls is horrible. Drop ores. 'Cause we got a lot of like formatting in there now.
This command is going to be wrong as well. So we want to summon the Vex, which now needs to have its name changed to match the new naming standard. Why do we give it a generic max health?
Because it makes him die faster.
But we don't want them to die. They're persistent.
Then it makes him die slower. How high is the generic max health?
0.25.
I think that was to make them disappear quicker, because the way we killed them was by teleporting them to the void.
Could be, yeah. Player skull, count 1B. Damage 3. Tag. I guess I can get rid of that. Tag, skull owner. See, I hate that the skull command has changed. Player underscore head.
I'm still working on fixing these heads, by the way.
Okay.
Turns out to be quite annoying to do.
Well, am I just going to screw this up then if I try and do mine?
Oh no, it's fine, don't worry.
ID is the same, then
you will be fine.
Texture's value is the same. Oh, it's the display name that's changing, is it? ID.
Maybe.
Blah, 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 blah. Ends in an equals. No AI, silent, active effects. Well, that might work, for all I know. Show. This Vex has a show particles 0B tag. Is that it?
Oh, what's that?
What? Do they give off particles?
Do they? I didn't know the tag
Oh,
existed.
it's an active.
Maybe.
It's part of the active effects tag.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Has the active effect changed? Do we still use the ID of 14, or does it have to be the Minecraft ID now?
That's a good question. I think it would be best to just some entity here and people say effect ID still work. Just try it. In case it doesn't work, we can change it. I will try to get these stupid skull fixing commands done.
It's a true joy, Bluefire, after spending all week working in Bedrock, to be able to choose a point on a string and just click on it to move the cursor to that location. It's so nice. All Bedrock has is home and end. You can't even control. You can't even control left and right to jump between like chunks of text.
Back when I started working with command blocks, like when they first came out in like 1.4.7 or something, everybody was using that shift and control thing to mark entire words or control and arrow keys to jump words.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that worked, and you can't see it when you're just watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So I was really confused. It was like magic to me.
I'm getting a nice, clear, helpful, unable to summon entity.
Then your MBT isn't correct. You probably need to change your effect ID from a numeric to a proper one.
This probably needs to be a Minecraft colon player head.
Or that. Can someone confirm that all placing and breaking all the skulls works? All the ores?
Wait, custom name changed, didn't it?
It did. It's now a JSON component. You can be cheaty, and if you look at Minecraft chat right now, you can do this. You can do this to do it in a cheaty way, in case you don't need any formatting.
I think that's what I saw. Speech mark / speech mark on one end, and then / speech mark on the other.
Yep. Why is this still player head?
Ooh, it worked.
Oh, there's an error. Oh, cool. When you get that error sparks with unable to summon entity, I can actually read the error in a more detailed form on the server log.
Oh.
So it was your JSON. Oh. Changing the names of these. Restoring the MBT of these is just annoying. I wish that just vanilla would store that.
Yeah. Okay. We just need to summon it at the right height. Do we want it in the very center of the sand or slightly offset? I feel like we should just go for the center.
I think we had it slightly offset earlier.
We did.
I would prefer that, doing that again. Just makes it look like a bit more random. Alright, there we go. Skulls now restore their previous form.
We're not doing as at all. Does that mean to kill them, we're just going to have to execute at it again?
What do you mean by we're not doing as at all?
We're using execute at, not execute as. So at S is the server. Which means we can't summon the Vex because we have no... Well, I guess we can because it's at. So I guess...
I would just switch this to an S, Sparks.
Okay.
Then we do at S.
Okay.
But then again, not only do we have to kill the obsidian, we have to kill the clay as well.
Yep.
So
if it's at... It's as the obsidian. So
I think it would be easier for the server if we did at here, and don't do it at. And now here we kill basically every ops in block space. And then we kill as well every clay in block space. But we do limb equals 1. Just kill 1.
when you say... Yeah, that works.
We don't care about the sword, do we?
Can't we just kill... Or we can't kill at S because we're not doing that anymore, but we can just... Yeah, use limit equals 1. We don't care about what, sorry?
We don't care about the sorting of the limit equals 1, or do we?
Don't think so. I guess
I don't think it matters.
I guess you could possibly manage to get 2 obsidian blocks on opposite ends of the same block space.
Frankly speaking,
like this.
I don't care.
Oh, I was too slow.
Yeah, you can.
So if I throw clay, it would probably delete...
Just kill a random one.
It'll kill a random one. But that doesn't matter because you are left with 1, and that's the important thing.
Yep. That looks good to me.
It might run twice. It doesn't run...
I hope it doesn't.
It doesn't run
twice.
Oh, we can't tell if it's running. We should check if it runs twice, though. We're getting inventive with our say commands, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. You got to stay creative, Sparks. Alright, should I reload?
Yeah.
Reloading.
We got 2, and it's missing the no AI
Yeah, I think
tag?
we got an error.
It might not be missing the no AI tag.
Throwing errors. The server is just spitting out error after error.
It's not happy.
What's happening here? Reload again. Something's wrong. Is the server still alive?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not sure what the
Server really isn't happy. I can't read the errors. They are flowing by so quickly. Oh, now it's fixed.
What did you...
Console was just... There we go. Errors are fixed. The console is just weird currently.
We did get 2 there briefly, though. So if I do this now, reload.
Sparks, you should probably do something like...
That time, we only got... The Vec is here. It's a little bit too low in the ground, and it only used 1 of the obsidian, so...
Did we use 2 there?
We used 2, yeah.
How is that possible?
What? I put down 2 obsidian and it only used 1. Maybe 1 wasn't quite... What is this Vec doing over here?
We don't kill them yet.
But I used /kill.
But how did it...
I don't know why it moved over there. 1, 2. That time it consumed 2. And
Why
it
did-
summoned 2 Vex.
How can it consume 2? Oh, maybe this limit. I think we gotta do this limit first, actually.
Yeah, there are definitely 2 Vex there.
Did it run twice? Try again?
Not right now, hang on. What? Oh, whatever.
This is an interesting sight to behold.
Yeah. You want me to try again? Did you reload?
I did not reload, but I will now. There we go.
Thanks, Blue. Wait, just let the master do it.
I got you.
I got you. Yeah. You've got a lot to learn.
There we go.
That was helpful, I guess.
Should try this again. Sorry, that was my phone. Can we try this again, Sparks?
Hang on. Did you just kill it?
I didn't. It's still in here.
2. Oh, it's too high now.
Keep in mind, we will use the outer layer of the skin soonish, so will be a bit higher naturally. So maybe it's not worth... Oh, we're already using the outer layer. But we aren't using it in a smart way. You're going lower, Sparks.
Oh, damn it. Well, I'll just try it with the next one then. Too low. Wait, what?
Sounds like a... It sounds like a 2010 Pitbull song.
No entity was found. Here we go. What are we trying now?
Just chuck on another clay ball. Just make sure it works.
Nope, we got a double.
But how? Oh, I know what it is, Sparks.
I think our grave
So
might
the-
be killing these, moving
No,
these Vex.
The issue is, in main, it executes as every obsidian.
Yeah.
So both of those obsidian items run it.
Yeah. And they both find the clay. I don't think it can really be abused.
But
Can we-
still, it should be a thing.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit inefficient. We could also get Vexes to just kill other Vex in that space, because we also actually need to make sure that this doesn't happen on a space that already contains a mold.
How could we fix this?
How did we fix it last time?
We didn't. Or did we? We probably did. But I don't understand. People told me that functions don't run in parallel. So why does it... We could just limit it to just one mold creation per clock pulse. Clock pulse, not clock pulse.
We could. How do we do that?
We just put a limit in the first selector for obsidian, but that will create errors, issues on large servers. which isn't nice.
You mean if lots of people were trying to create one at the same time?
Yeah. Huh. Great mode. How bad would it be to only create one of these molds per clock pulse?
I don't think it would be particularly bad.
What do our stream viewers think?
It's a slightly odd behavior, but I don't think it's a terrible thing.
Method says we need a second function executed on all obsidian to find clay. One per clock pulse, says Tobymax. Why are there area effect clouds over here? It's a Toby cauldron.
Mizod is invisible over here for some reason.
It's doing a sneaky stuff again. I will just make it a 1 creation per clock pulse for now, and we can change it later if we want to. If it is too bad. But this should be fine.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to get hung up on it, so we can revisit
this
later.
should fix this issue. So now we got mold creation. Well, we basically got a mold now.
We have to get the height right, but yeah.
Let's get the height right then. Why doesn't the height work anymore? Like, did you copy the value from the old one?
Because the old version was executed off of an item frame.
Oh.
And I don't think item frames are centered when they're spawned on a block. Do you remember how much time we spent centering the custom crafter tables? Because they're off an item frame. Those X and Zs are the same. It's only the Y I'm changing.
Alright, let's try again then. Oh, by the way, let's first check whether our fix worked here.
Well, it worked. In the sense that
I get
we're
the
not
feeling
getting
it's a bit too restrictive.
I've made a bit of a mess.
Let me reload again here. Huh.
Damn it.
Oh. Ah. See what it did there. Does this function still run?
Yep. Way too high now.
Wait, did it work?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, it worked.
Why did it work there?
I don't know.
Try again now.
With the double, or just generally?
Just generally. Okay. Alright. That's interesting.
I think it should be a little bit less offset in the X and Z.
I will lower it down a bit. There we go. Less of his head. Let's try again. Okay, just the slightest bit upwards, like 1/16.
Mm-hmm.
What's 1/16 as a decimal?
Why are you asking me?
I'm not a calculator. I got a calculator to work for me. 0.07.
Let's do it as a
That's like-
0.625. Sorry, 0.0625.
I think this value might work. Reloading. Let's try it. Just ever so slightly below. I can get this to work. 8580. Probably be too much. 84. Alright, reloading. There we go.
Nice.
Could be a bit lower if we wanted it to.
Yeah, it could. It's
I will just make
weirdly,
one more adjustment
weirdly,
here.
you can see it's slightly sort of embossed.
Try again.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
There we go, that's the one.
But I think it should be less out. Did you change
Yeah,
one?
it's really off center now.
Yeah, I think it should be more like.
Oh, that makes it more out center, Sparks.
Oh, this is from the left and right. Gotcha. Not from the center.
This is from the lowest most coordinate in the block. So
Oh.
probably want this to be something like 4-5 and this to be something like
3-5's alright.
6-5.
Oh yeah, that works too.
Loading. Yeah, this looks good to me.
Yep.
We could actually randomize the position of these by now.
We could. Are we going to run into weird problems?
Probably not, but I don't think
mean,
it's worth the hassle.
At that point, we might as well just summon it exactly below the obsidian block.
Oh, that's right. That's a thing we can do now.
Well, we could do it
Let's do
before,
that.
but I don't know why we didn't want them to do that.
Let's just summon them directly at the obsidian block. Oh, but... Oh, I know why we didn't want that. So, think about the edge case. Make sure you got your hitbox turned on here. Imagine your obsidian block sits there.
Yeah,
Now it's in both block spaces, or in 4 block spaces at a time.
yeah. That's
You
probably
now
why.
summon that. And we do our align XYZ in the same block space to check for an item above. That might go wrong.
Yeah,
So I think we're fine doing it like this.
yeah. We still need to make sure that we can't get two in the same spot.
How would we do that? We just go to main and pre-integration if there's one nearby?
Probably an unless entity, right?
Yep.
I guess that should be at the end of the check.
I would put it here, frankly speaking.
Where?
Behind the swizzle.
After seeing if they're under sand. Yeah, that works. We've already aligned, so... We're checking the block below it, right? For the entity.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Got you.
-1. If you want to save that.
What's the tag of the mold?
What sort of order do they think they have in this block menu? What's a what?
Did you not tag the mold wax?
I'd only give it a custom name.
Oh, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I just copied it from the original, to be honest.
There we go, it's tagged now.
Okay. Also works in red sand. Just double checked that.
I am reloading. We got an error. Great mold. Line 4. Position 64. The error's fixed. Go, no errors anymore. Try again. Oh no, weird edge cases. So the issue there was that they were in both block spaces, so technically there wasn't one below them.
Yeah. We can just not allow. Oops, that's not a recipe. Now you have my command block. We can just not allow. Is that Frederick? Yeah.
Yep. Don't worry about him. He's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought that goes into these simple things.
Yeah. We can just say a radius of 1 instead of a dx.
I really dislike that.
Can we do it after the align, right?
Yeah.
So.
I really dislike using radius for square region, because then you still don't solve the problem.
We just say we can't have 2 right next to each other.
Where would you want to put that radius? We could just do a dx 0.5 or something. Oh, I think I got the solution here. Oh no, I don't. Ah, damn it. What I was gonna do here is do like a 1.5 dx for the unless entity check. The issue is that would be directional, since our line puts us in one corner of the block, and if we increase the dx, it just tends to reach out in one direction, not a negative.
So why isn't it catching it? Because it if it's aligning at the center of this block, shouldn't it be checking dx1 and covering that whole block that it's in?
Yeah, if it lands at the center of this block. But what you had there was you were checking the block to the left here. Oh, did you actually create one? You might have just.
I think it's
not
under the
seen
pressure
it,
plate.
Yeah, well, I just created one, but we might have earlier.
Oh yeah, we did create one. It didn't vanish. It created. We got 2 in one space, basically.
Are you sure? We might just have had one under the pressure plate and didn't see it because we're blind.
Maybe that might have happened.
Who enabled that? What's happening?
There goes our molds.
Who got into our archive section?
It's almost like somebody deleted the barrier blocks they put here to stop people getting back.
Oh, the chunks were loaded. Never mind. It was just chunk loading.
Hey Jeremy, welcome to the stream.
Okay, so now we get that worked out, I think.
We need to turn that off.
This is really annoying. It's off
The
now.
person is walking around invisibly with a potion bottle in their hand.
Oh no, we got a spare mold over here.
Yeah.
Just don't mind it. We are so horrible at this, Sparks.
I was doing it, and then right, you do it. I'll just sit and watch. That was you just threw 2 clay. Maybe I should do it. You just threw 2 clay again.
You should do this. I'm
Yeah,
not skilled at this.
I don't think you understand what we're trying to do here, Blue. This looks like it's fixed.
The guy who studies physics can't chuck down 2 items.
I totally thought I threw that onto this block space, but I'm not going to disagree.
Looks like it's working to me. I think what happened earlier is we had one under the pressure plate, just didn't see it.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Alright, let's declare this is working.
Yeah, so now we need to give it a temperature score. Right?
We do, but that scoreboard doesn't exist yet, so we need to add it, and I will do that for you. Don't worry about it.
What the age-old question that takes up most of our time here at Gamemode 4. What do we call it? I've just realised something. There's this scoreboard here called GM4_temp, and I thought that meant temporary, but I'm pretty sure that's temperature.
It's temperature, and I've now decided it will call the new scoreboard heat and not temp, because it's
also need to
so
execute.
confusing.
We need to execute on these molds in main to see if they're in air,
Kill them.
and then execute
Kill 'em,
a. Well, we need a dry out function, right? Because it can dry out or it can be broken. But there's a couple of things it can do, right? It can.
Yeah, we just need a dry out function that basically kills it and it drops its stuff, and then we call that from various places.
We need to also drop the mold if it dries out with something in it.
Which will be a broken mold.
It could dry out with a valid mold inside.
Can it dry out with a broken mold?
Yeah, it can.
Oh, damn it.
It can dry out with any kind of mold or empty.
So our dry out and drop function will have to include another function that evaluates which mold it's gonna drop.
I guess so. Based on the head? Or I guess we can give it a
Not based
tag?
on the head. It will be based on... We don't need a tag for it. It will be based on just the metal values inside. So if it has the right amounts of metal in it, it will be a valid mold, and if it's something gibberish, then it will be invalid mold.
Okay, right. I'll put that here then.
There's now a new scoreboard called this. To clay or not to clay is the question, says Toffee-Max. Yes, Toffee, the mold creation is basically the same as in 1.1. It's just new shiny and fancy commands now, so be happy about that.
I also realized that we need to in main reduce or increase the temperature of the mold, so I'm going to just do a check for existing molds in the world and then run a function called mold management or something.
Yep, that sounds good to me. We had a line for that on the old mold. I think it was called mold care, and it was the orange line.
Okay.
Sampling. Did you create that new function file?
No.
Right, where should I put it?
Under casting, right?
Yes. Sounds good to me.
What tag did you give? Ah, GM4. Oh, the same as the name. Gotcha. GM4 sandring.
Yep, that's the standard. There's a new function in casting now. You might have to close and reopen that folder.
This feels wrong. This feels worse. There we go. No. Right?
What are you doing there? There you go, Sparks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
We have a... Oh, it's called Destroy Mold. Are we doing mold? No, this is the mold management, mold care function.
Mold care. Oh, because we need to...
Because that's what's going on main.
Creating a new file. Should we really call it mold care?
Mold management or mold care, I don't mind.
I would really like something with something in front, then underscore, and then mold.
Oh, I see. Manage underscore mold then, I guess.
Sustain mold?
But it might not be sustaining it. The pulse might cause it to deteriorate. Why not?
Yeah, in which case it first needs to register that.
Why not manage
that
mold?
it needs to be. It sounds like manage mold as a task that you would dedicate a person to.
All right. Well, what did you want to call it?
I'm for sustain mold.
Okay. Oh my god. Sustain the mold.
That's the way a snake would say it.
Indeed.
There we go. That function is being created. You might have to refresh your folder. Okay, so and this now needs to check a bunch of stuff.
Yes, it does.
Thank you very much, sir. Can I quickly stop typing for a second there? And now you can go back up.
Fine.
Oh, this is getting more derpy as we move along.
Yeah, we're just this isn't this is collaboration where we both do everything. We both do everything.
You just noticed that Special is missing today.
I know, right? He just keeps us in
He's
line.
the guy that keeps us in line. So we already executed as the mold, at the mold. Yep, basically.
Oh, no. Less block. Minecraft. Sand.
Run kill s. Oh no, run
function.
The function. What's it called again?
Metallurgy / casting destroy underscore mold. Oh, I think I'm actually, yeah. No, I'm fine. I thought I misnamed my function earlier.
There we go. Alright, so this should then destroy it. And in destroy mode, we need another. We probably need like 5 commands now. depending on which metal values the mold has to
Well,
drop
for
stuff.
now, we can just put the one check in. We can just tell it to just kill
absolutely.
itself for now.
Yeah, that's good to me.
Seriously.
You know, the issue is, Brooks, when you're typing in the first line, there's no way for me to create a second line. The
Right.
only way I could do is click enter in the first line, and that messes up your typing.
I see. It's all my fault. I got it.
That's not what I'm saying.
I know, we teleport them into the void, don't we?
Yep, but this, yeah, probably the best way. Special would probably think it's cleaner to give them a specific data tag, MBT tag, to kill them. But I can't remember how to do that, so
Nope.
don't worry about it. We gotta change this later. We need Special to go over all of this.
I'm gonna make some. We've cut a couple of corners in today's stream. I'm gonna make some notes up here, to fix. Only one mold can be created per cycle. Molds are TP'd into the void instead of NBT killed, because we don't know how. Help us, Special.
Alright, so our killing works.
Oh, you tested it?
Perfect, yep. We don't drop items yet, and that's a thing we need to add once we worked out how our fuel system works. How our metal containment system works.
Now that we have...
These molds are basic.
Sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
No, you had a thought going. Keep going. Mine's a separate thing.
These
just keep going, Blue. Just keep talking. It's all right. I totally interrupted you.
These caster molds are basically tiny liquid tanks when you think about it. They hold a specific amount of metal.
Yeah. In fact, I guess they can technically hold. I was going to say an infinite amount, but I guess there's a time. No, they could hold an infinite amount of up to 4 metals at once. Because there's no cap. Maybe there should be a cap. Maybe once there is the exact amount of metal you need to make a mold in it, it won't accept any more.
Wizard, we do have 2 objectives in this module so far. But there will be 4 more objectives for each metal, sorry. And then there will be a bunch more for a couple of things I can't think about now. Okay. That's this. I would like to implement the basic heat mechanic today, and then we can call this a day. So how did the basic heat mechanic work?
It starts with the base score. It goes down by 1 every clock cycle. Adding lava to the block above the mold increases the temperature by a larger number. We can check what those numbers are, but yeah. I'm just giving it I'm giving it the code for a start score. You can tell that I spent all day working in the old command format, can't you?
Yep. I can't tell.
No. Yeah, you got it. Nice.
There we go.
So that gives it a start
It's
score of
work.
50 when it's created, theoretically.
Yeah, and chat will be yelling at us because it's probably not the cleanest way to do it.
It didn't get a score. Was there an... Oh, did I? I didn't reload. Probably.
You didn't reload.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, Wizard says it's the best way. It does get a score now. Is that the score it used to get?
I have no idea. I just chose 50 because it felt nice. Actually, I think it says 15.
I think it was
it's
15.
15.
I think it was...
Execute on item frames with the name sand molds. Set the nearest VEC with a Gamemode 4 sand ring score to a Gamemode temperature of 15.
Yep, so it's 15.
We also have to create scoreboards for each of the metal types to count the contents, unless you can think of a different way to do that.
That's probably the best way to do it, and we'll stick to that.
Yeah, we could technically use compounds, but I think that's a terrible idea. Because then we have to like data merge and data get and stuff.
I think it's better just do it by us.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's not worry about the metals for now. Let's just implement a basic heat mechanic here.
Yeah.
If we go back to main, all molds, to sustain mold actually.
Yeah, we just take one away. That should be the start step, I think. Or should we calculate, should we check for lava before we take one away?
Should we kill them before we do their score stuff, or should we kill them after we do their score stuff? I think killing them before is better. Because if you kill them after, then let's say their temperature decreases by 1, and then we kill them, then they basically go from 1 to 0 to kill.
Yeah.
And they kind of skip 0. If we kill them before, then they go to 0, and then we kill them.
Is this right?
Actually, no. We want to do it before we kill them. Because if they are at heat 0, they should die, right?
Yes. The story.
Destroy, yep. Actually, that's not what happens, Sparks.
What's that?
That's wrong. That's simply wrong. If they reach a heat of 0, then they cool down.
No. Wait.
And then they sit there as a different texture.
And then they dry out.
Yeah, they dry out after a certain amount of time.
But I'm pretty sure that's part of the same
system?
I'm pretty sure that it spawned cool at 15. It has 15 seconds before it dries.
I'm fairly sure.
And then it only becomes you can only not reheat a mold if it has metal in it.
That is right. You know what, Sparks?
Mm-hmm.
I think what would probably be best if we called the stream a day here and took another look at this mechanic in the old module before we continue this, before we make any mistakes.
That's a good idea. I found the line for it.
Next week's special will be back as well, I hope. I'm just talking for him here without him knowing.
Yeah.
So if special is back, will be a fair bit less derpy.
Yes, we need him.
We didn't get too much done today, unfortunately, but they kill themselves, they spawn. That's a good bit of progress.
It's a good continuation. We have the start of a temperature system built in. Thank you for taking time out of your Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure everyone here is probably European.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see you next week when Special should be back with us. Next week is still November, just about.
Yep, just about still November. We will be back and we hope to see you again there.
Yep, thanks guys. Ciao,
Have a nice
ciao.
week. See ya.